Hey everybody, I am ZayZay and welcome to ZayZay.com. It is a tale as old as time and it is turning 25. We are in New York City at the Lincoln Center for Disney's 25th anniversary celebration of Beauty and the Beast. Are you ready? Come on, be our guest. And today, as we celebrate the 25th anniversary of Disney's Beauty and the Beast, we are called to recognize... Is that Belle? Is that Beast? Oh, I gotta go. All right, as I was saying, this on the 25th anniversary of Beauty and the Beast, we are called to recognize... Never mind, the carpet's starting. Let's go. All right, guys, and now it's Jules Wainstein from Real Housewives of New York. She just hit the red carpet. How you doing?
Hi, great. How are you?
Good. All right, I have a question.
Hi.
What is your earliest Disney memory?
Beauty and the Beast.
Jagger, are you looking forward to going in there and watching Beauty and the Beast for the first time in HD?
Yes.
Yes? What are you most looking forward? Did you see Belle and Beast over there?
Yes.
And what'd you think?
Good.
Just good? That's it? Man, a few words. That's what I like.
Oh, but
And he's gone. What are you most looking forward to in there when you're experiencing
Angela Lansbury. Like, oh my God, are you kidding me?
All right, guys, Robby Benson has just hit the red carpet. 2 heartthrobs. That's the way I'm going to look at it. That's the way I choose to describe the situation that's happening right now.
1.5.
1.5 heartthrobs. And one day I hope to be as heartthrobby-ish. Heartthrobby. Is that a thing?
You're the one.
Can that be a thing, though?
Now, see, you never question that. You're the one. I'm the half.
Okay, you're the half. You're the half. 25 years later, for this to have been the phenomenon that it's become.
It's very, very rare.
Right.
And it was like the perfect storm, I feel. It was
Yeah.
just an amazing project.
You're coming in there to watch Beauty and the Beast again for the umpteenth time. What do you think is going to be different this time around?
I teach school, and that question actually is profound. The generation who's watching now,
Yeah.
it will be fascinating to see what manifests itself in a new generation on something that literally every generation goes, da, 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 da. This is sweet, this made me cry,
Right.
I love this movie, I hated this movie.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, 25 years later, as a teacher,
Yeah.
it's so wild to see how your classes change. So through communications, that's actually, I think, a very scholarly question.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. And to show you how scholarly,
You're awesome. And I love that your name is Belle, considering that you're about to go in there and watch Beauty and the Beast.
What do you say?
Thank you.
Obviously, I love being a father, but I
Sure,
love
sure.
being a father because it gives me an excuse to watch all of the Disney films.
There you go.
And I fall in love with them. I love them so much.
Yeah.
And like I remember when she was born, you know, and her name is Lauren Annabelle, and Belle, we call her Belle for short.
Yeah.
And I remember somebody came up and she was like, "Oh, she's like the princess," and I was like, "What princess?" So I had to go and watch the movie, and it was kind of interesting because like you look at like obviously it's a little too deep, but like the parallels like in regards to like, you know, the Beast was this kind of person, and then, you know, the spell was put on him and he had to learn how to be this type of person.
Right,
and then
right.
Belle, you know, was kind of fixated on this kind of person, and then she fell in love with him. And it
Yeah.
was, for me, when I first watched it, it was kind of, it honestly, it took me back to a place of after I was injured. You know, the
Sure,
scars on my
sure,
face,
sure,
and like, you know, thinking like no one can ever be with someone like me, you know, and it was just like, it was like, wow, it was actually kind of deep, and there was a
Right.
message there.
Right, right,
And so
right,
I
right.
think it's special for like kids to be able to watch that, you know, at a young age and kind of learn that storyline and
Early.
learn that, and there's an important message there. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's nice to be here.
Going in there, what are you most expecting to be different
for me, honestly, I think the difference is going to be being able to be here in the presence of all of these amazing individuals that have taken place and have taken part in this film and have made it what it is, and such a historic and monumental thing. But to be able to experience that with my daughter, that's what's going to make it different, is to be able to be here with my daughter and just for her face to be like, wow, and just to kind of be surprised by so much. I think that's what's going to make the moment for me.
And popcorn, right, Bill?
Popcorn? Lots of popcorn,
Lots of popcorn.
right? But then we got to floss, right?
All right, world. Richard White has just arrived onto the red carpet looking...
My wife said that the villain has to wear white.
What? Yes. Who invented that?
I think that my wife did.
Your wife did that? Yeah, that makes sense. Did you think that it become this type of phenomenon, especially be remembered so endearingly so many years later?
I think that from the moment that they talked about auditioning for it, you had a sense that you were a part of a classic.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, Disney treats these things with great respect,
Sure.
and great love, and they don't cut corners. And like I say, they have a wonderful track record, so you knew you were going to be a part of that.
Right.
Now, it wasn't, I think, probably until 25 years ago, right here, when the critics leapt to their feet and we got some sense of what the whole would be,
Right, okay.
and how people were reacting to the whole, that we knew just how well it would reach in and touch people.
What's your earliest Disneyest memory?
Oh, I was watching Snow White for sure.
Snow White?
Oh yeah.
Is that your favorite, though?
You mean after Beauty and the Beast, of course.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's, of course.
I don't know. Those films were so beautiful and all hand-drawn, and they have a quality that nothing has had since.
Right.
Alan Menken's work, Howard Ashman's work in particular. I have to mention Howard in particular. He was very inspirational and very influential on my performance.
Sure.
I think that the theater world will miss him for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I think that those people brought something to this film that perhaps no other film has had like it since then. So that makes it very special to me.
Was Gaston misunderstood?
Of course. People, even you suggested that he might be a villain. And I don't know quite where that comes from. Misunderstood, yes, but villain? No. People in town like him.
Of course.
Everybody loves Gaston.
All right, guys, Linda Larkin has just hit the red carpet looking stunning.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. Don't look at me like that, girl. Don't look at me like that.
Thank you.
What's your earliest, most Disneyest memory?
I heard you ask that question before, and
I
I was
need to
like,
know.
I have to think about that because I have a couple of memories. Like, one was having a record player and reading my Cinderella books where you would read along
Really?
with it, and Snow White, and like these were my girls,
Right,
Sleeping
of
Beauty.
course.
So I just remember hours spent listening to those voices and reading along with the storybooks.
Did you think when you were teeny weeny like that and you were just sitting in your room listening to those records that Aladdin might be in your future?
No, I definitely did not know that was a job. I just thought they were real princesses,
Right.
that they happened to catch their voices, and I couldn't have predicted it. I didn't even know when I got Aladdin what it was going to be.
Right.
I couldn't have predicted that either.
Everything, I don't know how they do it, right? But everything Disney becomes kind of this phenomenon.
Yeah, they
What-
start with great stories, and then they have excellent people working on them.
Going in here now and watching this again on the big screen for the first time in so long,
Yeah.
what do you think will be different?
Oh, wow. I think that I'll probably get things that 25 years ago I missed,
Sure,
like
yeah.
some of the detail, because
Yeah.
when you see it the first time, you're taking it all in as one big picture. And
Right.
I've seen it many times now,
Yeah.
so this is the first time I've seen it on the big screen in
Yes.
25 years.
It's going to be awesome, right?
So that'll be so great. I'm very excited about
Me
it.
too. Make sure to get some popcorn.
Oh,
Make sure you
yeah.
get a drink and just take it in.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, and now John Hahn, the producer of Beauty and the Beast, has just hit the carpet. How are you today, sir?
I'm really good, and you?
I'm good, and I just want to start off by saying thank you.
You know, you're welcome. I'm the front man for about 500 artists who like loved this movie into existence. So on behalf of them, you're welcome.
I've been asking everyone, what is your earliest Disneyest memory?
Oh man, I was about 7 years old in the back of a station wagon at a drive-in theater in Bellflower, California, in my pajamas watching 101 Dalmatians.
What?
And going, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my life. And later, it didn't matter that it was animated. I didn't know at the time. I just thought these dogs are fantastic. They sing, they talk. How did they train them to do that? But later I found out this is so cool and magical and I want to do this for a living.
Yeah.
And that moment, that night in the back of that Rambler station wagon changed it all for me. It's a kind of a miracle that we're here tonight, not just on the 25th anniversary of screening it for the first time, but that people still love it. You see little kids, even tonight, run over to Belle and the Beast and give them a big hug.
Yeah.
That's an emotional response that I'm not sure money can buy. That's just something that is about great storytelling and a lot of heart and a lot of love.
What do you think will be different tonight?
Oh man, there's a lot of nostalgia in my head because I sat here 25 years ago. I introduced it 25 years ago. I got up on stage and explained to people what animation was, why it was unfinished, why you're seeing pencil drawings, which people didn't know. I mean, the audience is incredibly literate now and kind of understands that. At the time, I'm not sure they were. And so to be here in the audience, sitting here with Angela Lansbury, with these icons of Hollywood, is a real treat. And I'll have a lot of Howard Ashman on my mind. I have to say, Howard, the lyricist who was kind of our heart and soul of breathing life into these songs. You're going to be thinking about him tonight too.
Thank you for all the years of entertainment. We appreciate it.
You are very kind. It is a great pleasure telling stories.
What is your earliest, most Disneyest memory?
World of Disney,
Wonderful
Sunday
World of
night.
Disney.
Wonderful World of Disney. I would say Peter Pan is one of the earliest. Mary Poppins was major because I remember it was a big event that my mom and dad took. I was one of 7 children, took us all out to like the best theater with the best sound system to see that movie, and we all were in love. And then I got to take my daughter when she was 2.5 to see it on Broadway because she'd been watching the movies since she was like 1.5 years, which is crazy when I think about it.
You remember, right? You remember.
Yeah.
Literally the belle of the ball, right here. Okay, what is your earliest Disneyest memory?
Oh, Mary Poppins.
Yeah?
Mary Poppins is still my favorite film of all time.
Okay.
And I had the opportunity to actually meet Julie Andrews and hang out with her at Disney World for a night.
Gosh, how
so
was that?
It was awesome.
It was like a lot of...
And Peter Pan's right there along with Wizard of Oz.
Oh my gosh.
Peter Pan was Mary Martin and of course Judy Garland, who I've idolized my whole life.
Right. So you're really into the musical theater aspect of all that is Disney,
Always,
right?
always.
Yeah?
Always. I mean, when I was like starting in New York as a kid, 17, broke, I would treat myself on Saturdays to a Disney movie to try and cheer up, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and it always worked.
I love it. We'll continue success. Thank you so much.
So much time has elapsed and all of our lives have gone in various directions, but it's just lovely to meet the actors again who spent such a wonderful period of time making this movie, 25 years ago. And as I say, it's never been very far away from me. It will be remembered, I think, as one of the great movies that I was involved with. And I think the thing about this particular story is the characters are so real, and the voices were played by great actors. I'm not counting myself necessarily among them, but believe me, there were some great names in there. And you get a crowd like that together with a story that has so much stuff in it, you've got a big success. And Disney has had that success with this movie.
All right, guys, so there it is. The bells are ringing, and that means that it's time to go inside and enjoy the 25th anniversary edition of Beauty and the Beast. I am ZayZay, and this is ZayZay.com. I love you. Nos vemos la próxima.